Hi there, my name is Rachel, and today's practice is called Yoga for Generosity. There's a common saying, maybe you've heard of it before, that you can't pour from an empty cup. And be it overused, I think that this saying rings a big truth that in order to take care of others, we have to first take care of ourselves. So let's take some time filling up our own cup today in today's practice with the intention of having enough resources to go around. I think our meditation would be nice in a position called Supta Baddha Konasana, but any position you feel supported in is a perfect one. If you'd like to try Supta Baddha Konasana, recline onto your back and draw the soles of your feet together to touch. Allow the knees to bend and splay open like you're making a diamond with your legs. Place your right hand on your belly, your left hand on your heart. And from here, close your eyes. Begin to draw the breath in and out of the nose. Noticing the ground as it supports your back. Noticing how gravity gently opens your hips. Feel free to adjust the hip stretch as well if you'd like. Drawing the feet further away from your seat to ease up on that stretch, or to turn up the intensity a little, you can draw the heels closer in. Dropping in here and now on our mats in this time that we carved out to practice. In this time that we carved out to care for ourselves. I invite you to call to your memory someone who loves you with all of their heart. Think about how it feels to feel that love from this person. Stir up all of those warm, fuzzy feelings, those feelings of compassion that you receive from this relationship. And then I invite you to imagine you could direct that same compassionate love towards yourself. And with all of the fierce love that this other person has for you, could you also have that fierce love towards yourself? A lot of times it's so easy to accept loves from others, but it's so hard to accept love from ourselves. So perhaps for you, as we move through this practice of taking care of ourselves on our mat today, you'd like to set an intention of filling your own cup up with love. Take an inhale here to breathe some energy into whatever intention calls to you today. And then exhale. You can call your intention back as we move throughout our practice. Gently blink your eyes open. Spin the soles of your feet flat to the mat, drawing the knees together like the pages of a book. And as you send your left leg out long, draw your right knee into your chest. Maybe even give it a squeeze with your hands together on the knee. And we'll take a spinal twist. Guide this right knee across the body. Extend the right arm out from your right shoulder. And maybe even gaze out towards those right fingertips. Pasting this right shoulder down to the mat. And allowing this gentle twist to come into the spine. Taking care of our back. And draw those breaths in full and deep. suck in more of that love, that warm energy, love from yourself to yourself to start our practice. On your next inhale, come back to lay flat and trade your right knee for your left knee and guide it with your right hand across the left side of the body, the right side of the body, and gaze out over those left fingertips. And still the breath. Our imagination is a powerful tool. Imagining that we could carry love on each inhale, and maybe release something that no longer serves us on every exhale. And on your next inhale, come back to lay flat and then send your left leg out long. Go ahead and roll over onto your belly. From here, send your left arm out from your shoulder, just like we did on our backs. Place your right hand into the mat. Begin to bend your right knee, drawing your heel towards your seat, and then pressing your right hand into the mat. Begin to roll over, coming onto your left side with this left arm still behind you, so that way you're coming into a bit of a shoulder stretch. And you could stay here, and depending on how open your shoulders are, you may notice that you can roll a little closer to laying on your back. You may not get anywhere close. That's okay. We're opening up our shoulders so we can open this heart space. You may even notice that you can bend the left knee and have both feet flat on the floor. That's fine. You may also notice you can swim this right arm up and over and grab the left hand. But then when you found your stretch, you found your edge, just allow gravity to do its work. Release tension where you can release tension, and care for this left shoulder with every inhale and every exhale. Take an inhale. If you've bent your knees, go ahead and straighten your left knee and begin to roll back, releasing the clasp of the hands onto your belly. And you may need to shake out your left shoulder a little bit. It was a pretty big stretch. And when you're ready, we'll take it to the other side. So send the right arm straight out from the right shoulder. Press the left knee into the left hand into the mat next to your left shoulder. And then begin to bend that left knee. And then press into that left hand as you roll onto this right shoulder. And you could stay here. You could find that you can bend this right knee. You may find that you can swim this left hand back and see if your right hand is there to catch. It may take a bit of searching and finding before you figure out where in space these right fingertips are. But I invite you to settle into the pose. And you may notice that if your neck is feeling a bit tense here, holding your head above the mat, grab a block. Place the block under your right ear. Give yourself a bit of a pillow to allow that tension to come out of your neck. And allow this shoulder to open. This place that sometimes feels like we're carrying the weight of the world, our shoulders. Allow this area to open so that our heart can open. Begin to straighten your right knee if it was bent. Bring your left hand back to the mat. Begin to roll flat back onto your belly. And maybe give those shoulders a wiggle, especially if your arm fell asleep. And from here, swim the arms behind. With the tops of the feet flat into the mat. You may keep your arms here for airplane wings. Or on an inhale, you may take a clasp of those hands, drawing the knuckles down the back as you float the chest. As you float the thighs, and we come into locust pose. Drawing out through the crown of the head, turning on the back body. We allow the heart to open, this time strong. Take another inhale here, and then exhale, lower down to the mat. Allow your shoulders to relax. Maybe they even round forward. Maybe rest one side of your face into the earth. We'll do another one of these, but this time if you would like to, instead of locust, try bow. I'll show how to do bow. Begin to draw those heels towards your seat, bending both knees. And then swim those hands behind, kind of like we did for locust, but instead, see if your tops of your feet are there to hold on to. Or maybe the ankles. And if you can grab the ankles, flex those feet. On your next inhale, begin to kick those ankles, those feet into the hands, allowing that to peel open your chest. And then float the thighs. And then find this heart opener to your own degree. Maybe you're balancing on the fleshy part of the stomach, maybe not. Allowing your shoulders and your heart to beam forward. Take another inhale here, and then exhale. Allow everything to go. Release the tops of those feet, release the hands, and on your next inhale, begin to rise up, coming on to the knees, pressing the hands into the mat. We find tabletop pose. On an inhale, drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze for cow. And exhale for cat. Draw the navel up and in, press the earth away. Inhale fills with breath. Drop the back. Exhale, round the spine and allow those shoulder blades to part across the back. Inhale, belly drops. Gaze lifts. Exhale, curl. All this delicious movement in the spine. On an inhale, find a flat spine. And press this right hand into the mat. Feel grounded through all four corners of that hand. And lift the left hand out in front of you as if you were going to shake a friend's hand. Then, as you press this left knee into the mat, begin to lift your right leg behind you. With a strong, straight right leg and a strong, straight left arm, draw those 2 points away. Spine is nice and long, and we're grounded through our right hand and our left knee. You could stay here, or just sort of like we did in bow pose, laying on our bellies. On an inhale, begin to bend the right knee and swim the left hand behind, and see if the top of that right foot is there to catch. And if you can take a hold of the foot, begin to kick that right foot into the hand and allow it to open the left side of the chest. Holding on to one point on the ground in front of you, or maybe the wall in your space with your eyes. This drishti, this focal point, will help us to stay balanced here. Take a final inhale, and then exhale. Begin to straighten your right leg, your left arm. Place your left hand and your right knee back down onto the mat. Now let's try on the other side. Grounding this left hand into the earth. All 4 points, like we've suction cupped this left hand here.
On your inhale, begin to lift the right hand in front of you, strong and straight right arm, and then lift likewise the left leg. Flex the foot, drive through the left heel. Find your balance here, and staying here is fine. Falling out of the pose is fine. But if you'd like to take an inhale and swim the right hand behind as the left knee bends, see if you can find that left foot back there. You could kick this left foot into that clasp of the hand to find half bow pose. And allow the power of this leg kicking into the hand to open the right side of your heart. Holding on to the pose. But if falling out is what happens, that's okay. Take a final inhale here. And then exhale. Extend the left leg, extend the right arm, and set it all down. Crawl the knees forward a little. Maybe even cross the ankles behind you. Send the legs out long. And we'll come to lay down on our backs once again. And if you'd like to take Supta Baddha Konasana for Shavasana, feel free to draw those feet together, the knees to splay out, and the left hand to come to the heart, right hand to the belly. And then I invite you to close your eyes. Connecting with our breath, noticing our body, how we feel different after a little bit of opening in our heart space. I invite you to imagine a glowing pink light here at your heart, almost like a circle, a ball of light pulsing here in your heart space. At this ball of light where our capacity towards compassion. I invite you to imagine this ball of light growing from your heart to fill up your entire space. That now you're surrounded with this compassion from yourself to yourself. Allow that light to now expand, to hold your household and the people that you hold most dear. Maybe these are family members or chosen family, best friends. As an inhale draws into your lungs, allow this glowing light to expand now to encompass your neighborhood, your town, your city, the place where you work, the place where you buy your groceries, where you go to school or your loved ones go to school or work, your community centers, the people you pass on the street. And then allow that glowing light on an inhale to expand, to hold your entire community, then your state, or your province, or your county, and then your country, and then the whole world. All of the different nations, the environment, the animals, the people who we share this planet with, our neighbors, our family. Take an inhale to send compassion to any of the people that you imagine are now held in this glowing orb of light that you've sent to encompass this vast space. And as you exhale, allow this imagination to dissolve. This image of our globe, the image of the glowing light. Release your hands from your chest and your belly. Close your knees together and send your legs out long for a final rest here in true Shavasana. As we've grown our capacity to love ourselves and to love our community through this practice, practicing generosity, I invite you to spend several moments here basking in those warm feelings. When you're ready for your practice to close, come to a seated position in your own time and in your own way. With your hands drawn together at your heart space and your eyes closed, we'll seal our practice. Namaste. May you carry all of these feelings of generosity with you off of your mat today. Thank you so much for practicing with me. It's always an honor being able to guide us in these flows together. Until next time, bye-bye.